hello, my YouTube fellas and gals. So, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Tammy. I own a used bookstore, and I'm also a resource center if you don't want to hold a real book like I do, because I know some people like their tech gadgets. So, what I do is I read synopsises of 10 books, and if you're interested, you can go find them or you can buy them for me, and everything will be in the description below. You can reach me at tammysmakeuptreats@gmail.com, or I'm in this bookstore and more on Facebook. So, we are on lot number 14. These are hardbacks, they're all romances, and they're $3 each. So, starting with book number 1. This is called Miss Julia Hits the Road by N.B. Ross. It's my little cheat sheet back here that I take out of the book. It's a post-it note, doesn't rip it, just so you know. This is a 2003 copyright. This is what the book's about. Miss Julia, a heroine of the irresistible Southern comedy of manners, always likes to nip any little problem in the bud. Not this time. Miss Julia is increasingly concerned about her gentleman friend Sam, who has suddenly started wearing cowboy boots, sending her flowers, and writing bad poetry. So when he shows up on a Harley Davidson Road King and asks Miss Julia to hop on, she's convinced he's lost his mind. Oh, this sounds cute. Meanwhile, Miss Julia's invaluable housekeeper, Lillian, is not so quite herself. Lillian finally reveals that she and all her neighbors have been evicted from their homes by their greedy landlord, Clarence Gibbs. When a friend suggests they could raise big money quickly by riding a motorcycle poker run, she decides that Lillian's need is greater than her own fear, not to mention loss of dignity. So off she goes. In a Leslie Fay shirt-waist and black visored helmet, poised and ready to risk life and limb in Sam's sidecar. Will Julia's scheme raise enough money to rescue Lillian's home from Gibbs' bulldozer? Will the rich Thurlow Jones make good on his secret pledge? And will Miss Julia survive her serious case of helmet hair? Oh, helmet hair is always fun. The motors rev and the tension builds as Miss Julia and her friends hit the road and hit a few bumps along the way. But rest assured, leather and noise notwithstanding, Miss Julia still manages to maintain the impeccable manners and signature Southern charm that keeps her readers coming back again and again. And just so you know, everything will be in the description below. So if you need the name, the author, ISBN number to look up these books, you will have them. Okay, so book number 2. We have Home to Big Stone Gap by Adriana Trigiani. I hope I'm saying her last name right. Sorry if I'm butchering it. That's what the book looks like. It is a 2006 copyright, and this is what it's about. Nestled in the lush Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, the town of Big Stone Gap has been home to Ava Maria Mulligan McChesney and her family for generations. She's been married to her beloved Jack for nearly 20 years, raised one child and buried another, and run a business that binds her community together, all while holding close her tight circle of family and friends. But with her daughter Etta having flown the nest to enchanting Italy, Ava Maria has researched a turning point when a friend's postcard arrives with this message: it's time to live your life for you. Ava Maria realizes she must go in search of brand new dreams, but before she can put her foot on the path, her life is turned upside down. Ava Maria agrees to helm the town musical, a hilarious reunion of local talent, past and present. A lifelong friendship collapses when a mysterious stranger comes to town and reveals a long-buried secret. An unexpected health crisis threatens her family. An old heartthrob reappears. Challenging her marriage and offering a way out of her troubles, an opportunistic coal company arrives and threatens to undermine the community's way of life in the mountain landscape avenue Maria has treasured since she was a girl. Now she has no choice but to reinvent her world, her life, and herself, whether she wants to or not. Trigiani is at her best, and this exquisite page-turner, Home to Big Stone Gap, is an emotional and unforgettable journey that reminds us we can go home again and again. So there you go. Book number 2. book number 3, we have 33 Swoons by Martha Cooley. It's got a little smudgy dirt on the front of the cover. That's what the book looks like. It is a 2005 copyright, and this is what it's about. Years after the end of her marriage and death of her remote beloved father, Camilla Archer's tightly pinned down existence is upended by her dreams. A man at least as real as her life begins appearing to her at night. A mysterious figure in a mask and tuxedo offering up unexpected visions and reinventions of key moments in her past. Camilla sells theater memorabilia for a living, and this odd figure seems familiar. He reminds her of someone named Mayor Holt, a legendary Russian director who was killed during Stalin's purges. The masked man collaborated with his director in strange ways, and now he's doing the same with Camilla, serving as a sly impresario of her dreams. So begins Camilla's piecing together of the puzzle of her past. This journey embraces the story of her mother, whom Camilla never knew, her father's life as an international perfumist, and his self-devised death, and secrets touching on her recently deceased cousin, Eve, and Eve's only child. Danny, now a young woman, even Camilla's long-ended marriage must eventually come under scrutiny, traveling in memory and reverie back to Moscow and Paris between the wars. Camilla has the chance to unknot her life if she's willing to ask why a ghostly double has infiltrated her dreams and what he's wanting her to discover. Complex sense of loss and love suffuse the novel's atmosphere as family mysteries are resolved, if not solved. With the assurance, surprise, and depth of work by Bulgakov, Dahlia, or Poe, Martha Cooley's extraordinary second novel is further evidence that she's one of the most gifted writers at work today. Sounds interesting. Kind of like literature, crosses into romance. So here is book number 4. We have Chesapeake Blue, Nora Roberts, and this is the new in the Chesapeake Bay novel. So this is part of a series. And this is a 2002 copyright, and this is what the book is about. Seth Quinn is finally home. It's been a long journey after a harrowing boyhood with his drug-addicted mother. He was taken in by the Quinn family and grew up with 3 older brothers who watched over him with love. Now a grown man returning from Europe as a successful painter, Seth is settled down on Maryland's eastern shore, surrounded by Cam, Ethan, and Phillip once again, and their wives and kids. All the blessed chaos of an extended Quinn family. Finally, he's back in the little blue and white house, where there's always a boat at the dock, a rock on the porch, and a dog in the yard. Still, a lot has changed in St. Christopher since he's been gone, and the most intriguing change of all is the presence of Drew Whitcomb Banks. A city girl who's opened a florist shop in the seaside town, she craves independence and the challenge of establishing herself without the influence of her wealthy connections. Instead, she sees another kind of challenge, one that she can't resist. But storms are brewing that will put their relationship to the test. Because Drew's past has made her sensitive to deception and slow to trust, and Seth's past has made him a target of blackmail as a secret he's kept hidden for years threatens to explode, destroying his new life and his new love. So there you go. Book 4. Book number 5, we have Sweet Revenge by Nora Roberts. That's what the book looks like. It's got a little marker right there. It is a 1988 copyright. Look how young she looks. Like her hair. Okay. At 25, Princess Adriana lives a life most people would envy. Beautiful and elegant, she spends her days dabbling in charities and her nights floating from one glamorous gala to the next. But her pampered rich girl pose is a ruse, a carefully calculated effort to hide a dangerous truth. For 10 years, Adrian has lived for revenge. As a child, she could only watch the cruelty behind the royal facade of her parents' fairy tale marriage. Though nothing will bring her legendary film star mother back, Adrian is consumed by one thought: to make her father pay. In his possession is one of the world's greatest treasures, a fabled necklace beyond price, the sun and the moon, but not for long. For Adrian has made it her business to develop some unusual skills, and now she's about to take a final, irreversible step. Yet just as she's poised to taste the sweetness of her long-sought vengeance, she meets a man who seems to divine her every secret. Clever, charming, and enigmatic Phillip Chamberlain has his own private reasons for getting close to Princess Adrian, and only when it's too late will she see the hidden danger, as she finds herself up against two formidable men, one with the knowledge to take her freedom and the other the power to take her life. So there you go. Book 5. And just so you know, I was watching the captions in one of my videos and it says Mendez Bookstore. It's Mendez. Mindas. Bookstore and more. I had to put that out there. Book number 6, we have another Nora Roberts called Blue Dahlia. This is book 1 in the Garden Trilogy. That's what the book looks like. It is a 2004 copyright. Love her picture on the back of this one. And I believe this is in larger print. Maybe. 3 women meet at a crossroads in their lives, each searching for new ways to grow and finding each other the courage to take chances and embrace the future. Stella has a passion for planning that keeps her from taking too many risks, but when she opens her heart to a new love, she discovers that she will fight to the death to protect what's hers. And that's what you get with book number 6. Book number 7, we have another Nora Roberts called Birthright. That's what the book looks like. It is a 2003 copyright, and this is what it's about. On a hot July afternoon, a worker at an Antietam Creek construction site drives the blade of his backhoe into a layer of soil and strikes a 5,000-year-old human skull. The discovery draws plenty of attention and a lot of controversy. It also changes the life of one woman in ways she never expected. As an archaeologist, Callie Dunbrook knows a lot about the past, but her own past is about to be called into question. Recruited for her expertise on the Antietam Creek dig, she encounters danger as a cloud of death and misfortune hangs over the project, and rumors fly that the site is cursed. She finds a passion that feels equally dangerous as she joins forces in her work with her irritating but irresistible ex-husband Jake. And when a strange woman approaches her claiming to know a secret about Callie's privileged Boston childhood, some startling and unsettling questions are raised about her very identity. Searching for answers, trying to rebuild, Callie finds that there are deceptions and sorrows that refuse to stay buried, and as she struggles to put the pieces back together, she discovers that the healing process comes with consequences, and that there are people who will do anything to make sure the truth is never revealed. I used to have a cat named Callie. Spelled the same way, too. So that was 7. Book number 8, we have The Passing Bells by Philip Rock. This is what the book looks like. It's got some marker in it. This is a 1978 copyright. And this is what it's about. The guns of August are rumbling, but in Abingdon Priory, the summer home of the Grayville family, the parties, dances, and romances play on. The soft, leisurely life is shattered by the Great War, but the Grayvilles and their class enter the terrible conflict of embarking on a glorious adventure. As the horrors of war come home, the high spirits fade. The barriers between the classes start to crumble. Values are questioned, and new romances defy traditions. The world will never be the same again, and every person in this broad canvas of a novel is changed. From the vivid descriptions of the peaceful summer season on London Park Lane to the terrifying battle of Gallipoli, this is a brilliant recreation of a time gone by. The period comes vibrantly alive, and the characters become as real as life itself. They will remain fondly in your memory as old friends for a long time to come. So there you go. Book 8. Book number 9. We have Daughter of Deceit by Victoria Holt. That's what the book looks like. It is a 1991 copyright. And this is what it's about. Noelle Tramiston has led a charmed life, daughter of an incomparable Desiree, the darling of Drury Lane. She has grown up amid a flurry of opening nights and elegant parties, breaking in the fatherly affection of her unconventional mother's devoted beau. But when kind-hearted Desiree opens her home to Lisa Fennell, an adoring fan and ambitious and genuine disaster quickly ensues, and Noelle's carefree existence is changed forever. She turns for solace to the man she loves, but the revelation of a dark secret threatens to separate them forever. As Noelle tries to rebuild her shattered life, she meets many people who are not as they seem, from the lords and ladies of England's manor houses to the bohemian artists of Paris's Latin Quarter. Mystery, madness, and murder stalk her until a startling and ironic twist of fate breaks her tantalizing close to the happiness she thought was lost forever. So there you go. Book number 9. And then we have the last book in this lot, which is Treasures by Belva Plain. This is what the book looks like. It is a 1992 copyright, and this is what it's about. Where did it all go wrong? The Osborns began at the bottom and achieved stellar heights. They were determined to make their mark. Their mother might have kept the family going on simple spit and spirit, but Connie and Eddie, bright, ambitious, eager, couldn't wait to shed their shabby beginnings and seize everything life could offer. Connie, a vibrant, innocent beauty, set out for Texas in the booming 70s. Her marriage to the scion of a comfortable Houston family seemed a triumph, but it ended in a shattering delusion. The wealth and power of her second husband swept her into the most dazzling circles of New York society. On Wall Street, Eddie's uncanny knack for clever, lucrative deals sent his personal stock soaring. His boyish good looks and enthusiasm won entry and acceptance elsewhere. He would become a connoisseur, I think is how you say it, an impassioned collector of all things elegant and expensive. And when he finally decided to marry beautiful blue blood, his lack of social credentials would be no obstacle. Only Laura, who had helped raise them, remained in the little Ohio town where they'd all been born, married to high school sweetheart, a gifted inventor. Her longing for children went unfulfilled until the adoption of 6-year-old Sue was followed by the birth of little Peggy, and it seemed that she too had achieved her dream. Where had it all gone wrong? Suddenly, everything Connie possessed stood between her and the deep, passionate love she craved. Fate, in her deep commitment to family, had contrived to put everything Laura cherished at peril. Addicted to risk at the highest level, Eddie had committed reckless acts with chilling consequences that now threatened to destroy them all. They had gone from exuberant innocence to the brink of despair in a decade driven by forces of unbridled ambition. Now, as they approach the 90s, they must choose to stand alone and watch their dreams die or work together to salvage what they alone can treasure. So there is book number 10. And with that, whatever time zone you're in, I hope you're having a great one. Talk to me in the comments below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.